What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Saturday. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. I do believe there's something big brewing. When the market gets dull like this, kind of a calm before the storm, I know a lot of other analysts are calling sideways action till the halving. I don't necessarily agree with that because we've only had 2 halvings and people act like we had 50 halvings and it's always the same. I just don't necessarily agree with that. I could be wrong, but I'll give you my opinion on that in the video. I do want to remind you guys, there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. There's a link to it. Definitely check it out. Awesome community, guys. If you love crypto, you will love the community. And let's get on with the video and see what's going on. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen, tick the notification bell, and hit the all when you hit the notification bell. I do daily updates every single day. That way you don't miss out on anything. All right, we are going to be taking a look at this. Don't forget to smash the likes and leave your comments, guys. It really helps the channel out. I still have this target up here and measuring this. I still believe this to be a bull flag. We have not opened and closed a candle under this. And until we do, I am still considering this a bull flag. Now, the measured move or the break of that, even though we came back down and tested it, is still around the 13,300. Now we're going to take a look at this EMA right here. This is a 55 EMA. That is right around the $800 range. It is possible that we go that low. If we do go down there, guys, I think we'll get a huge bounce. I know a lot of guys are talking now about going all the way down to the $48,000 to $5,000 range. But if you take a look back at their videos, like the beginning of this year, those guys were bearish all through the bull run. I mean, just pay attention to who you're watching. If you're watching, go back and watch their videos prior and see, you know, if they just go with the FOMO of the market or if they're actually analyzing and not just doing crazy crap like a lot of these guys do. But anyways, enough of that. Let's look at the daily. We're going to go into the daily and same thing. Looking at this bull flag here, I still believe it to be a bull flag, and we've been bouncing up and down off of it here. Our EMAs have all crossed over, but our smaller ones look to be crossing. It looks like the 8 is getting ready to cross the 200 here, which is bearish, but that can turn right around just like it did up here. Anyways, let me get the EMAs off there. I'm going to try to clean these up so a little bit easier for you guys to see. I had a couple people tell me with the EMAs on there, it made it hard to see. So anyway, I hope this helps. And if we look at what's going on right here, let me get these up right on the peaks. I did have this wedge drawn like this with a peak out here, kind of a bull trap look maybe, but I'm going to move it up there so both wicks are touching. Same thing down here. It kind of wicked down past it here. Bear trap possibly, but I'm going to go ahead and move this bottom line down. Now, if we were to go straight down from here, the bottom of this is right around the $8,300 range. As we've seen up there, it could wick down if it does do that and, you know, go back up. But let's look at the measured move off of this. Would be, if we broke out, say tomorrow, would be around the $10,000 range. So I still believe it's possible we're going to kick up to at least around that area. Now, like I said, if you look at the top of this bull flag here, we've had a bunch of wicks down past it, but we have not opened and closed a daily candle under it. And until then, I'm going to remain bullish. There's nothing making me bearish here yet. Like I said, everybody is getting all bearish, and that's just how the market works. You know, it's the same guys that were bearish at the beginning of the year and they were bullish 3 months ago that we were going to a $1 million Bitcoin. I was calling for 46. I don't know that I mean, it's still possible, obviously, but it's a lot less likely now, but it is still possible that we hit new all-time highs this year. If this does not, plummet. But like I said, we're getting support on top of this bull flag. You see the falling wedge here. I had these measured moves up here. We are in the 4-hour now. And actually, sorry about that. Let's go to the RSI. I wanted to take a look at that real quick. We had been talking about this now since we broke out. The possibility coming all the way back down to test the top of this channel, which I do believe that may be what we're doing now. Let's go into the 4-hour, and then we'll... If you look here, we had this rising, broadening wedge. We didn't quite touch here. This was like a falling channel. Broke out of it here and started a new formation, which is the falling wedge. We may ride this all the way down here, but keep an eye on it, because if we do turn up and break through the top of this, if it doesn't go extreme bullish, it could just ride back down. But I do believe we're most likely going to see another touch on the bottom of this here. Let's go into the price action. Like I said, we had these targets here. I'm going to move them now. This 10.9 will stay here because that was heavy resistance back here. But let's take these measured moves. And again, guys, if you've been watching, I have the triangle or the wedge different on both the daily and the 4-hour because I like to use the wicks. I'm going to go ahead and move this one also. Now, on the 4-hour here, if we look at the bottom, we could drop as low, same thing, right down to the 8,300 range. Take a measured move off of this if we were to break out within the next day or two. We bring this target down now to about the $10,200 range. And same thing if we looked at this whole thing as a giant bull flag, and this being the pole. Bring that up if we were to break out the next couple days. That would get us to right around $11,600 range, which lines up with all this. It's confluent with all this trading action over here. Again, guys, if you are trading this or are not and want to play with leverage trading, I will leave a link above to the Bybit tutorial. You do get a $60 bonus if you use my link below the videos when you sign up. I also have a Prime XBT link down there that you get a 35% bonus if you sign up. But yeah, I'll leave that up top for you guys to check it out. I think there is a great trading opportunity here at the break of either this or this trend line. I don't believe the next time it's going to break, it's going to just be a wick like the last couple we had. I think we're going to get a nice move out of here. I do see this $8,000 range holding, and I'll show you why. Let me pull out the Fibonacci retracement. And that would be, as you can see, this is bouncing around right now within the golden pocket, the 0.618 and the 0.65 right in there. If we do break that back down below this 84.25 range, most likely headed down to that 83.20, somewhere in there. And that would be testing the bottom of this trend line. But that's what I'm looking at there. This is the 0.786, the 8,000. That's why I do believe that'll hold and we should get a bounce there. If we don't, then I mean it could get really bad from there. But I really see us, if we get down this far, if we go down to the 8,000, we should get a really nice bounce there, in my opinion. But that's where I'm at with that, guys. I am looking still, we're still stuck in this wedge. Look at Litecoin. And looking at Litecoin on the daily, we have a measured move of breaking out of this wedge. Show you real quick. This big falling wedge here, we've already broken out right here. $114 is the target on that. Same thing with the EMAs here, guys. I'm going to get them out of the way right now just because. Yeah, just because it makes the chart a lot more messy. We're going to get into Ethereum after this. I want to remind you guys, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. She's got beer koozies, coffee mugs, t-shirts. She's got hoodies and some other stuff too, keychains and stuff. Just hit her up in the contact here if you want any of that. There's aluminum signs, but definitely check it out. This is an easy way to support the channel, along with using all my other affiliate links down below. I will leave a link to this down below also, but she can put any crypto you want, or any design, or any, you know, family pictures, whatever. So it's a great spot to get some Christmas gifts. Anyways, thanks for the support for all of you guys that have used it. All right, so looking at this as a rising channel now, I had this target yesterday at 56.71. We obviously went a little bit lower, went to the 56, right around the $56 range. Right now, this, you know, I guess if you wanted to trade, like I said, I have the link to Bybit and Prime XBT below. But if you did want to trade, this is a good trading range until it breaks. You know, long down here, short up here, long down here. Like I said, till it breaks. And who knows how much longer we'll be in this. But if we do break the top, the measured move of that is going to be around the 72.82, which also lines up with this trend line drawn off of these wicks all the way back here. So that would line up nicely. Also, let's look if we were to break down from there. That a breakdown from there, the measured move is 46.18. But I do want to point out that if we put the Fibonacci extension on this, guys, or the Fibonacci retracement, we do have support coming in at the 0.618. Fibonacci would be 54.57 area. We should get a bounce. If not, then I see us going down to the 51. And if the 51 doesn't hold, then this target takes effect, the 46.18. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Like I said, Bitcoin looks like it might take another little dive, but I don't think it's going to be nothing like people are talking about. People are getting way too bearish, guys. Just don't feed into that. And you know, if you're trading is one thing, but if you're not, if you're a hodler, look at the big picture of Bitcoin. You don't have anything to worry about, in my opinion. And again, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion I'm giving you guys. All right, let's look at, did we look at the RSI? Let's go to the daily RSI first. Daily RSI, we had this rising channel that we were riding in forever. Came out of it in a falling channel. Had kind of a bull trap here. And I had this line across here. We broke through here, closed the daily under it. So I said we would most likely continue down, which we have. Now, if we take a measured move of that, bring it down, that would get us down to retest the bottom of this rising broadening wedge, which would be something, you know, down in here. So the Litecoin looks like it has more downward to go to. Let's look at 4 hour. 4 hour, I have this falling broadening wedge, and you know, we could come back down a little bit here, which who knows. This, I'm not even sure I have these lines right now. Let me kind of put them in there. Could have a falling wedge type deal, could clone this. It's really weird right now, as slow as everything is. You know, this could be a channel coming down like this. Let me get that out of the way. And actually, I like that better. It does look like it does line up pretty well. This does look like a falling channel. And I guess we just had to wait and see, guys. This is a tough spot in the market. But I'm still not, you know, overly bearish like most of these guys out there, calling for sideways action till the halving. Like I said, I really don't believe the halving. I mean, I'm sure it's going to have some effect, guys, but it's only happened twice. And people talk about it like every time there's a halving, we never get a new all-time high. There's only been 2 halvings. Man, just some of the stuff guys use just to talk about stuff is crazy. All right, looking at Ethereum. So I was talking about shorting this if it fell below there and putting a stop loss just above it, which I had the target of 176.19. We did not quite get there. We got to about 176.95. But I did say if you were shorting this to put your stops in profit as soon as you could to be safe. All right, let's look at the measured move. Measuring it just as a symmetrical triangle here, the measured move of the breakdown is 157.46 rough area. I did want to point out too, if I clone this top line and put it on these wicks right here, this also lines up. We could be in a falling channel here, which is bullish if we can break up out of it. Another thing I wanted to point out, let me get the EMAs out of the way here. As you can see here, we got a nice push up, and it does look like the EMAs are trying to turn up. I'm going to look into the 4 hour on this, or the 1 hour real quick in the EMAs. Yeah, they do look like they're trying to push bullish, but this actually looks bearish, guys. This looks like a bear flag and most likely going to come down. I do see it maybe coming up, test around the 185 range. I'll put a target there. If we break back above that 185 range, that would get us back into that channel. So actually it's around the 184.50, somewhere in there. If we break back above this and get support up on the bottom of this, we could have a chance to try to break through the top of this channel one more time. But we'll see what happens. I still have this target down here at 176.19. And like I said, once I put this, I clone this line up here and bring it down, and it lines up perfectly. If we do have another push down, it might be down to that 176.19 and then try to crawl back up after that. I also have these other targets in here, and I'm going to take a look at that real quick. Let's go back to the 4 hour. And the RSI is pretty much just like Litecoin in a falling channel here, which when we do break through the top will be extremely bullish. That out of the way. But yeah, just like in Bitcoin and Litecoin, if we throw the fib retracement on here, from the swing low to the swing high, these are our support areas, and that 176 also lines up with the 0.5 Fibonacci. So that's a pretty important number. If we don't break back above the 184, 185 range, then I see us coming down to at least 176.19, and the 0.618 is around the 170, 0.786 around the 162, and that measured move, if none of these hold, to 157. You kind of have to see how the reaction is off of each one of these. But like I said, first off, we got to see what happens around that 184, 185 range if we can get back up in this triangle. So anyways, that's all I got today. I will probably be doing a live stream. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the Bybit tutorial. I'll leave it right here. And yeah, appreciate you guys stopping by, and keep your notification bell ticked. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a live stream tonight. That way you get notified. And that's about it, guys. Let's see what happens.